Okay, I just finished LPC supervision this morning. Let's have a quick chat. And so come on in. If you are a Texas LPC looking for a supervisor, I want you to take a quick breath with me. Okay, because the part that we're going to talk about today is what most people don't want to talk about, what supervision actually looks like. If we work together, I'm going to call you out on some stuff. Of course, with love, not because I'm being hard, not because I'm trying to humble you, but actually, I'm not here to watch you suffer quietly and call it professional development. That's not me. This isn't about me being harsh. It's about me helping you protect your nervous system, protect your livelihood, and protect your license. Calling you out keeps you safe, it makes you a better therapist, and it helps you finish your license without really losing yourself. Plain and simple. And just so that we are clear and on the same page, you are allowed to be new. You are allowed to be definitely messy. And you're allowed to not know. The goal here isn't perfection. The goal is progress, skill, and sustainability. But there are a few patterns that I have come to learn over time that will wreck you in this field if nobody interrupts these patterns. And that's why I'm here to call you out on it. So, first, we're going to tackle overfunctioning. Doing the most for the most, always the most, and calling it being responsible. No, we're not doing that. This actually looks like you're taking on extra clients because you don't want to say no. And no is a full, complete sentence. You're fixing things for your clients that they need to learn for themselves. You're carrying emotional weight of your job just like it's your duty. You're being the reliable one while your body is falling apart. And the reason I call you out on all of this overfunctioning, is because it will, in the end, make you resentful to the work. It will make you resentful for your clients. It will make you resentful towards supervision. And then what happens is that you start questioning whether you actually belong here or not. And so I'm going to do my best to try to interrupt that pattern early. We replace overfunctioning with boundaries that are more like plans and not speeches. Okay, so number 2, perfectionism and this like performance thing that tends to happen. You try to sound like you've got it all together instead of just learning for yourself. And this is really the sneaky one because it looks like competence, but it really looks like over preparing, like over complaining or over explaining, I should say, using big clinical language to hide your uncertainty, trying to prove that you are a real therapist. But supervision is not a stage. This is the training room that you're supposed to be in. If you notice, or if I notice that you're performing, if you do too, that's great. I'm going to basically help you slow down and start asking questions like, what do I really think is happening in this case that I'm working on? Or with this client? What are you unsure about? What are you afraid of being judged about? Because confidence doesn't come from acting competent. It comes from repetition and repair all the time. Third, people pleasing. So I'm going to just say, like, yes, this is like represented in your body for sure. This is the one where being nice on the outside and but the inside you're like, I hate this job, I hate this client, I hate the schedule, I hate the that I can't say no, I hate. Yes, people pleasing is a nervous system strategy when you think about it. It's often about safety and not about anything else. But in this field, it quietly disrupts your boundaries, your energy, and your integrity because you start to say yes when you actually mean no. And then you'll be too depleted to show up the way that you need to show up and do it well. So, yes, I will definitely call you out on this, but does not, what does actually people pleasing look like? I'll just go there. This is kind of like where we can put scripts in place if we need to, and you can say things like, I'm not available, or I'll get back to you, or let me think about it. And those are completely fine answers. We will build a rhythm where you are not always constantly negotiating your limits and your boundaries. Number 4, avoidance, especially documentation avoidance. You know what I'm actually talking about, where you hear all of these therapists trying to find accountability buddies to get notes done because they're avoiding in the first place. They're dodging their notes until it becomes panic. Then what happens is you spend your whole weekend or a little bit longer in this shame spiral. And a lot of associates think documentation avoidance means that they're just being lazy. No. It usually means that you're overloaded, you're anxious, and you don't feel confident. And so your brain tends to avoid the things that triggers that actual feeling. So, yes, I'm going to call you out on this too, and we're going to fix it without shaming, because documentation isn't just about paperwork. It's actually the ethical part of care that you have. It's about protecting your license. And I know what you're thinking. Exactly. How are we supposed to get out of this avoidant trap? Well, we build documentation habits that, don't eat into your weekends. They're typically small, consistent, doable, with amazing boundaries, I must say. So, number 5, self-abandonment. Ignoring your body, like no breaks, no food, no water, no transition time between clients. That's fucking insanity. Like, we ain't doing that over here. And that's clinical culture at its finest. And what it leads to is this long-term, like, space that can be deadly. So if your body never gets off, you become like this brace for reactive all the time, then you're trying to do therapy while your nervous system is screaming. This is why I call you out on it, because you can't do a great job of being a therapist if you're always on. So we're going to treat your body a part of the tool set that you have. Period. End of story. That's it. We will build recovery cues in your day, because willpower won't save you. Your environment and your actual consistent rhythm will. Okay, lastly, the dreaded imposter syndrome spiral that we all have at times. Assuming that you are not good enough instead of getting more reps and getting actual feedback. If you're spiraling, I'm going to bring you back to reality. Let's bring it on back. You are new. You're learning. You're supposed to have edges. That does not mean that you're a fraud. We're going to turn this I'm not good enough feeling, thinking things into, what do I need to learn next? What support do I actually need? What would make this feel safer and clearer to me? And I'll say it again if you haven't heard it, for the people in the back. Everything we do in supervision is about repetition and repair. So yeah, if we work together, I'm going to call you out on some shit, of course, with love, not to embarrass you, not to control you, but to help you become the kind of clinician who can do this work and still have an actual, real, well-rounded life. We build boundaries that are plans. We build documentation habits that fit your real schedule, your real life. We build confidence through reps. We build sustainable rhythms so that you can finish your license without falling apart. That's it. That's simple. So if you are somebody who's feeling a little warm now, but not wishy-washy, this is for you. If you want someone to coddle you while you burn out, and you crash and burn, then I'm just going to remind you that I am not your girl. Now that we've got all that cleared up, and now that you know what it's going to look like, what it feels like, I want you to keep in mind that my supervision is ethical and it's human, and it's going to keep you in a good place and on a good path to sustainability. So when you are ready, I want you to book a call with me so we can do a consult. Go to my website, ShawnaLovinLPCS.com, and I will see you on the other side. All right, I'm out.